Yeah, I'm here up in close to Bloomington, Minnesota. Another day, man. Just another some information I wanted to, some more content I wanted to get out there. I want to talk about some other situations when it came to dealing with the Lavar Ball situation in Mali, and also the Texas. My Texas move. I moved down to Texas, and my thoughts and comments on that. I'm saying whether opportunities will be there, or the opportunity, or it's a move that you might not, approve of. But also just wanted to talk about, the different aspects of people that we dealing out here with, man. And first and foremost, I just wanted to talk about the media and the mistakes that cannot be made when it comes to dealing with the media in public, and you being an African American, and specifically because they are doing everything they can to when I say they, I'm saying the media. It seems as if the media is doing everything they can to make African American males look like animals out here, or make them look as if they're not civilized people. And for ESPN to, I guess, ban Lavar Ball was a total insult, and something that they shouldn't have done. And their minds were totally in a different place. When he said, we could switch gears anytime, there's been plenty of times where Lavar Ball has been on TV and he has not made those, any type of sexual comments towards Molly if they were talking. You know what I'm saying? Another time when Lavar Ball, he had got into it with this one white lady who tried to criticize him and tried to get him into some type of trap and drama. Now you're just dealing with a situation where you have these corporate structures, media structures, man. They're gonna do anything they can to disrupt the image of African Americans and whatnot. So what I would recommend for people to do, what's up? Nah. Yeah, so what I would recommend for people to do is to just be on your best behavior and being a representative, man, between the music, pushing the culture, pushing the culture of death, drugs, violence, and sex. These music labels influence the young with propaganda, who also channel a lot of young black males, who also channel a lot of black young males into the prison pipeline system, because they wasn't built for the street life. The propaganda that was pushed by these labels, sex, money, guns, violence, was successful in pushing a generation down the prison pipeline of those who, a pipeline of people, or young generation, or young black men who chose to take penitentiary chances, were unsuccessful. You have some of those who actually are from the streets and come from that gutter lifestyle, those unfortunate social dynamics. I'm not speaking about those people. I'm speaking about the the ones that refused to get a job and wanted to take those chances, the one who could have went to college and took those chances. You know what I'm saying? The one who mother and father was in the home but still took those chances. You guys don't get a pass. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you guys, you know, we are watching. You know what I'm saying? We're watching for you guys, because it's you guys that are the ones that are gaming these young ladies to thinking that you took penitentiary chances. In all actuality, you haven't done a motherfucking thing. Really, you just, you know what I'm saying, pissed off some motherfucking package or some shit like that, or got on some dumb shit and got caught. And you paid for it. You know what I'm saying? I understand the dynamics that's out here, man. True indeed. There's some people who have been dealt a bad hand. I've been dealt a bad hand before, where someone had planted crack cocaine in my truck at the time. In my vehicle, in my van. I had a van. And if it wasn't for my father having white friends or white associates who were lawyers, you know what I'm saying, I could have had that felony on my record also. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that there's a dynamic of, there's pitfalls, there's booby traps out here for us to fall in. God forbid that I fall in any booby traps further, you know what I'm saying? But there's been a lot of people who didn't necessarily have to go into the street game, who went into the street game, and now there's a population of African American male men who were unsuccessful in the street game and now got felonies and now are the tethering people. Now they have this type of social dynamic instead of this, you know, instead of just, you know what I'm saying, going to college, and just getting your stuff together and just getting some bread, getting back on your feet. Now you want to play into this propaganda game that the music industry is propelling, and now you so-called, you know, gang affiliated, you throwing your hand signs up, you claiming fam and all this shit, you're growing your beard out, you're growing your hair out and shit, instead of just, you know, being in there with a plan and coming out and trying to do something positive. I know for a fact people who've been to prison, who have started their own businesses, they're doing exceptionally well now, have a family. You know what I'm saying? I do know those people, so it's not as if I can't relate, because I've seen the success. You know what I'm saying? I've seen those who actually, you know, been successful in doing what they want to do, coming out of prison, and not just being on some bullshit. You got a dynamic of people out here who just happen to be at home with the broad, sleeping during the day, up at night, keeping everybody else up in an apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? Because you learned a couple tricks, because they were starving you in the jizz joint, and you learned a couple tricks. Now you want to feel as if you have some type of power, but that's not true power. That's not. Only thing you're doing is being a flea amongst I can't even say a flea. You know what I'm saying? You're being a peasant. You know what I'm saying? That's another dynamic of people out here. You know what I'm saying? See, when I moved down to Texas, I was able to get a bigger scope of a dynamic. Now, I've been to places. I've visited New York before. I went to New York. I went to Harlem before. You know what I'm saying? And drove up there at night to get purses back in the day. You know what I'm saying? To get purses back. And I've been up there before, but I never really lived up there in the culture. And I was aware of, you know, the diverse culture in New York and that speed up there. Been to California before. You know what I'm saying? Down here, if I've been down here, down in Texas, you have much of a bigger dynamic. You have more dynamics in the equation, more variables in the equation when it comes to an African American man, and just going about, you know what I'm saying, doing what you need to do as far as business wise. So one of the things I was taught, one of the things that I learned while being down in Texas is that there is a big need for black businesses to flourish and work together. There's a big need for an African American presence and whatnot. And I think a lot of times with this music has done us no justice when it comes to representing the African American culture or whatnot, because just some of the looks and some of the things that I've seen from people, they think that you know what I'm saying, we're hoodlums. Even some of the Mexicans, they look at us as those little type of savages and whatnot, when in all actuality we probably have, you know what I'm saying, with the knowledge of self, we probably have the greatest moral compass when it comes to dealing with the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying, in the population of the planet Earth, and understanding who are the cream of the crop is. You know what I'm saying? But back to Lavar Ball, it all comes back and around in a circle. As far as Lavar Ball, he made a mistake of addressing Molly with the same subject matter, with the same communication that she presented to him. He gave it back to her. Media took that or Molly took that as, you know, I don't know what she was thinking. You know what I'm saying? She should have just kept on. Doing her thing as if nothing happened. But now, you know what I'm saying, they're talking about Lavar, and I think this is very disrespectful. How much Lavar Ball, you know, shows his wife respect in the media. You know what I'm saying? He shows his, you know, whether she's white or not, shows her respect, shows her love, his sons. You feel me? And the first chance they get, man, and I was talking about this, the first chance they get, they want to put that on him. You know what I'm saying? As if he said something when he didn't say anything that was offensive or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And she, you know, I guess Molly, Jalen Rose, I want to hear what Jalen Rose got to say about the situation. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear, this is the Jalen Rose. You see, this is Jalen Rose time to step up and be like, you know what? He wasn't saying that. You know what I'm saying? This is what he meant. Molly, you know what I'm saying? Molly took it the other way, and ESPN should have did it. But let's see if Jalen Rose gonna step up to the plate and say something. You know what I mean? Even though, I mean, you could have took it anyway. You know what I'm saying? You could have took it anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I think Molly set herself up for that situation. You know what I'm saying? You want to switch gears? Yeah, I'll switch gears with you anytime. You know what I'm saying? He was just chopping them up. Lavar Ball was just chopping them up at the time. You know what I'm saying? When he on national TV, he was just actually just, you know, going with the flow out there, you know what I'm saying, talking this talk. And it just came off in the wrong type of matter. Now, if he talk about switch gears with Steven, switch gears with Mike Kellerman, you know what I'm saying, he wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying, because Max Kellerman, him and Stephen A. Smith, they be grilling Lavar Ball, you know what I'm saying. So when Molly interjected You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, you could, anytime. You know what I'm saying? Because Molly ain't the one that's be grilling him all the time. So that's just another situation, man. And back to moral character and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? I know there's some things that, I have to work on. There's some things that a lot of other people got to work on, but, don't try to fade me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the one. You know what I'm saying? I might have some. I ain't a liar, and I ain't a person who, how should I say it? I ain't a person who will lead you in the wrong direction unless you're my enemy. But pretty much faggots anywhere I go, boy. Yeah, but yeah, like, you got these people who think that, man, if you guys want to play that Rastafari shit, man, take your ass to the jungle, my nigga. Take that shit to the motherfucking wilderness, man. Grow you some berries out that bitch and build you a tent. Otherwise, man, technology is getting you know what I'm saying? Technology is getting more advanced. And you little tricks that you doing ain't gonna do shit about it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You just happen to learn some things that I've already known of, but that shit don't help nobody. You just causing mischief. You know what I'm saying? So you got, like I said, man, back to the real shit. I just wanted to, as far as the move to Texas, the new dynamics, man. Moving to Texas, you actually see yourself as an African American and where you at, if you're conscious and whatnot. If you have, a little bit of a knowledge to yourself and whatnot, you know what I mean? So, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you from the West, I know people who haven't met people from the other side of Akron, and Akron is about 32,000 African Americans and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So you just being on the west side, you can think your world is so big over there. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you got some ends coming in, you get some pussy. You could think, you know what I'm saying? You can get love, you know what I'm saying? You can get a lot of love in the city. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like that. And at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Akron is a city that was eaten back in the day. You feel me? Goodyear. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those people was Goodyear babies. You know what I'm saying? You have Goodyear manufacturing. A lot of people was actually eating and own their houses. You know what I'm saying? Within the city of Akron. So, like I said, that, a lot of people has been detrimental as far as the music industry, propelling this culture, and this culture that is clearly not relative to what any type of progress that's going on right now, and that's just some of the things I just wanted to talk about. But we'll talk about more things. Like I said, man, Lavar Ball, man, and ESPN, there's an assault going on with masculinity, you know what I'm saying, and African Americans represent, you know what I'm saying, African Americans, men that represent that masculinity that's, still in nature, still, still in nature. And so anytime they get to bury a black man, on TV, man, it's just ridiculous, man. You know? So it's about 20 minutes. I'm gonna leave it right there.